I just want to end on this whole note of us talking about Tom Brady because you're right. I think the story that is the most amazing one that I've heard him talk about is his story when he was at the University of Michigan. He's in his sophomore year, he's number 6 on the depth chart, and he's ready to throw in the towel. The coaches are telling him he has all these issues with his mechanics, with this, with that. He's about ready to head back to California, and he meets a mentor who tells him he's got to work on the mechanics. He's not trying hard enough. He's not outworking people. He's not doing everything that he can do. And he basically says, how will you feel about yourself if you didn't do everything that you possibly could to become the best? And it started this whole, if I'm telling the story right, this whole new way of him thinking, where from that point forward, he was going to out practice everyone. He was going to out technique everyone. He was going to try to learn like a sponge everything that he possibly could, try to break all the illusions that he had to get back to the fundamentals and to train himself to be the best.
Yeah.
And I think people can resonate with that story because we've all had those low moments in our life where we wanted to give up. And it's really that perseverance that's the story that people want to hear.
Here's why people go to the theater. This is why you go to the theater. I heard a movie star say this once. It was a lady movie star, and she said this: people don't come to the theater to see me, they come to the theater to see themselves. That is so accurate, you guys. No one goes to an event, no one goes to a speech, no one comes to a podcast to see me or to see John. You're here to see yourself. And the only way you can find yourself is through my story or John's story. And that's what you relate to. So you see yourselves inside of, well, I'm the guest on this podcast. So you're seeing yourself through my journey. I'm telling you stories of my dad. Well, you're not thinking of my dad, you're thinking of your dad. The more personal your stories are, the more effect you have. Because here's what it does: it puts people inside of their own life. And that's where people want to be. They go to the theater to see themselves, not the actor. But if the actor can put me in my life, he gets rewarded forever. So think about that, you guys. Your stories are not selfish. They are personal and they mean something to you. The more they mean to you, the more they mean to the audience. So you're giving your audience the greatest reward you can give to any audience, which is to put them into their own life, which is where they want to be. And they see themselves through your life, through your story, through your dreams, they see their dreams. Do you see how this works? It There's this term that was invented a couple decades ago, and I hate it. And people use it all the time when they speak or when they tell a story. They preface their story by saying, well, I'm going to tell you a story. It's not about me. They'll say this term, it's not about me. Well, right then you should run out of the room because that's going to be a crappy story of narcissism. Don't use that term. It's not about me. If you tell a personal story, you are giving your audience the greatest reward you can ever give, which is putting them in their own lives. That's what I want. That's where people go wrong. That's why they sound like they're bragging. They sound like narcissists because they're trying to prove that they're not bragging. Well, you don't have to brag. Just share your life. Share your dad. Share your grandmother. Share your child. And if you do that, you put them in their own life, and now you're on the same wavelength. Now you have trust. Now you have intimacy. Something that our leadership model right now cannot have, does not have, which is why trust is so low. But you and me, we get to have it. We get to rebuild the trust that's been eroded over time by these idiots because they don't know what they're doing. We do. We know how to share ourselves. It's through pain. It's through the pain of that lowest moment story that defined you. That's how we do it. And once you do that, you guys, you can take your people, your audience, whether it's virtual or it's one person at a time, or you're in a big arena speaking to people. You get to take them wherever you want to take them because they trust you and they don't trust the rest of the world. Remember how you used to trust every doctor that you met? Remember how you used to trust everybody who spoke in front of a podium or behind a podium? You believed them, you trusted them, you did what they said. You don't do that anymore. You don't do it anymore. Think about it. You don't. You go, I don't know. You don't trust them because they're not trustworthy because they don't share themselves. And they certainly don't share their lowest moment, which is the only thing we can connect to.